Hogwarts Legacy, Chapter 124, a game played by a dummy. Hi everybody, I'm Enviroboy, you can call me Scott. I'm committing to this persona today, not for any particular reason, but because I'm having fun. And if that's not a reason enough to do anything, then frankly I don't know what we're living for. There's enough chaos and horror in the world that it seems fitting for us to just go ahead and let ourselves have a little whimsy from time to time.
How many of them?
And what's more whimsical than lighting zombies on fire and murdering them mercilessly? Sometimes one must do such horrible, wretched things in order to make sure that your friend doesn't learn the killing curse and you get to learn it instead. Not out of a sense of preserving him and his soul and spirit, but rather because it's a really sick way to frag people, a real good one, and you'd rather have the power and not him, because, you know, who can you trust except for yourself at the end of the day? It's why you can't tell anyone your secrets, because even if you think you trust someone, the fact is there's a good chance that they'll find some way to, you know, just sort of betray that trust and make it all feel like it really wasn't worth it to trust them in the first place. All over some stupid secret, like the fact that you have a crush on Stacy from the desk next to yours in class. That you one time accidentally stepped on a bug you didn't mean to step on, and it made you feel so guilty that you became vegan for 3 days. But then you were so weak in your convictions that you gave it up at the first smell of bacon, because that stuff is really pretty freaking good, and you just can't stand it not having it. You know, we all need a few creature comforts in our lives if we're going to maintain happiness. At any rate, the army of the dead has arrived, and so we shall quell it with the army of our spells of killing the dead. You know, a critical lesson for all students of every school age level, which is why it makes sense that a 15-year-old would understand how to do these things. And so we collected the skulls of the dozens of slain people re-slain by our wands. Oh, golly. It's a lot. This is a lot for a single child to have to endure. But endure it we shall. Because we are the heroes of the story. And we will succeed.
Revelio.
So it would seem this was not the correct way to go. Though it was a good guess, considering there's only like 3 paths total for us to go. We can go through the Bone Arch, helping ourselves to... well, that's where we came from, I guess, so. The Bone Arch is largely useless to us. So we shall glance around and try to figure out where the crap we're supposed to go now. Can pull this one. There's multiple doors still needing to be opened here. The door unopenable. So I'll open that one, followed by this one. And one such door will open, granting us access to a chest that we apparently already have gained access to.
Revelio.
That door seems largely impassable. What could be behind it? But it was so urgent that the obvious puzzle would not be one easily used for that. Perhaps, maybe, just maybe, there's a clue in what doors do exist. So the confusion shall persist, and we shall continue to wonder, what the crap are we supposed to do? Looks like maybe that door actually has already been opened. When we look at the level of depression going on in there. What if we were to, my friends, go around through a different path? Find an alternate route through. The good news is, certainly we'll find where we're supposed to go just by simply encountering 8 million zombies. Everyone knows that the presence of zombies is a good way to know that you're going in the right direction. Who would bother putting zombies in the wrong direction? And so we'll bring them back.
I need to find a way on that ledge.
And let the bones of the deceased grant us access to the place above, as they allow us to step on them and progress forward as though... oh, hello there, friend.
Isn't this incredible?
And he stands there ready to drop the hottest rap album of the year. It's called Corpses Be Darned, and it's a touching touching the album about gang violence and all of the results of it, which largely include the death of loved ones.
Sebastian,
I told you, the relic is the answer. I've been trying to.
But what's the
reverse dark
question,
magic
my
that injured
friend?
Anne,
What
but this
is
will
the
allow it to
question?
control it.
And that,
Just as I
in
can
and of
control
itself,
the
is the
Inferi.
question.
control. I had to fight the Inferi all the way.
What have the two of you done?
I didn't do anything. You're jumping to conclusions. It was him that did this, not me. I'll gladly hang him out to dry to save my own skin. This is ridiculous. He's using cursed magic, forbidden magic. I want to keep going to school. I want to learn things. This is insane. It was him. It was not me. See? You can see. He's the one. He's the one. He's going crazy. He's out of his mind. Let's team up, man. You and me, old man and young kid. Together we shall defeat the armies of the darned. Cursed. I'd rather not have to fight the old man. I'd rather fight the zombies. This seems like a better use of my time. Seems unfair that we would have to fight. We would be forced to kill this old man. I'd rather not have to do it. But alack and alas, here we are, and our hand will be forced. Beat an enemy with a Chinese chomping cabbage. Well, we'll stand here and be largely... Hold on a second. No, everyone needs to stop for just a hot sickety second. I'm trying to do something. Chinese chomping cabbage. I want to equip that, so now we can throw the chomping cabbages around and defeat enemies with. Can you please control your uncle? I'd rather not have to smite him. That seems a little extreme for a guy who is understandably just a little worried about the fact that we're raising the dead to make an army. I mean, I guess I can understand his hesitation in condoning that. It seems a little outlandish that this is something that we're doing just as small children. But alack and alas, here we are. You keep lighting your zombies on fire, old man. Until we'll do it as often as much as it takes. Just keep on spamming that fire be present spell. Cast it on you, because then it'll just like jump around everyone else. Keep on casting it, old man. I guess we shall continue to fight. I don't know if this doesn't feel very protective. It feels kind of like I'm being attacked by an old man. So I'll just keep smiting you and hoping that it kind of works out for the better here. We've got all that we can do. Just flop you around like a rag doll. Captain Raggedy Andy is what I'm going to start calling you. Da-da-da-da-da. You can practically hear the Benny Hill theme song with the craziness that's happening right now. I mean, this is insane. Is anyone else concerned about the fact that we're fighting to the death while there's zombies all over the place? Constantly exploding you. This is going crazy. Trying to light me on fire. You know who else did this? All kinds of criminals. All kinds of horrible criminals that'd be willing to kill a child. Are you willing to kill a child? That seems extreme, man. Seems a little out there. Like, what the crap is going on? The Inferno, he lights his own army on fire. In an example of just how weird and careless he's become in his attempt to murder his grandson, or whoever he is. And so we shall defeat him. We'll probably not actually kill him. That seems a little violent for a story like this.
Sebastian, you must stop.
I won't let her suffer. Avada Kedavra!
And so the patricide proceeds, just like the fratricide of before. We witness people murdering and doing all kinds of horrible things to each other. Seems pretty dark for a kid's game. But alack and alas, kids have to learn about death and murder at some point. What better way to learn it than by committing it themselves? And so the child, after committing his first kill, is prepared now to enter the peacekeeping forces of the president. The willingness to kill is a critical part of this, especially if the person is innocent and trying to help. Everyone knows this is the presidential way. And this is why she will never be president, because she is unwilling to kill her family.
You've made your choice.
And I made mine. Say it. Say the line. And I made mine.
Oh, Anne. What have you done?
I think the question is, what have you done, Mr. Murder Boy? you're not really doing a whole lot for the optics of the Slytherin groups. The ones that are always kind of considered to be the bad boys. You committed your first kill before you were even an adult. Like, and it was a conscious choice, man. Like, we're willing to go ahead and grant a little bit of leniency to a kid for doing these things, because it's like, you know, you might not understand the gravity of what you're doing, but that was a pretty forethoughtful thing. Like, that was premeditated, to say the least. This is crazy how violent that got, man. This is nuts. Hey, come back here. I'm not done yelling at you. I'm gonna continue to scold you.
Wait!
Get back here. Get back here, you. Get back here. I can run faster than you. I'm more fit than you. You don't realize it. You don't understand the fact that I'm basically a marathoner here. I'll chase you all day long, and you'll have to answer for your crimes. Your crimes of keeping such a cool spell to yourself, man. I could have used that so much good effect. There's poachers out there. They're like catching little weasels and stuff. You think those people don't deserve to die? Why don't you teach me how to do that, man? It seems kind of it's kind of undercutting the seriousness of it. The fact that we can just kind of keep up with them, and we're going for a light jog about this whole situation. Like, it feels like this should have a little bit more gravitas to it than just some sad music while we just kind of jog the same way we've been jogging the whole time. Which we're just going to disappear into the daylight. But it's fine. I'm sure it'll right itself and give us a proper sense of seriousness to what's going on here.
What is it?
What do you mean, what is it? You know what it is.
Why wouldn't you stop? I was calling after you.
I just killed a man.
Survive this. She's withering away, inside and out. Solomon's never been there for us. Not really. He gave up on Anne.
Are you like not witnessing the
I'll never
fact
give up
that
on her.
Anne was
You
like,
saw
don't
him,
do this?
didn't
Like,
you?
do you not respect
He was
her
going to
wishes
ruin
at
her
all?
life. He attacked us. I had to use the killing curse.
I don't think you
know
did,
I
man.
If I hadn't known how to cast it,
No one should know that curse.
You went
There's
too
plenty of
far,
more
Sebastian.
entertaining ways to
I
kill
can't think
people,
right
such
now.
as slamming
to
them
leave.
down head first again and again and again.
I can't stay here. I need to find Ominous.
Sebastian.
Please, I'm not myself right now. Let's meet
I don't
later.
know if that's true. You
Warcraft.
seem pretty
Alright.
at peace with killing people, and you've talked about doing it quite a bit. But I suppose if you don't want to talk, I'll respect that, mostly because I don't feel like playing your therapist right now. That's what actual therapists are for. In the meantime, we have achieved a level which you can talent ourselves up another point. We have a whole point, and we've been, in many ways, just randomizing it. But we're gonna not do that. We're just gonna get ourselves. We can get more spells, set up more things, so we can have an even extra spell slot, and it should be pretty handy. We could do that. Good cast memory. Reducing spell cooldown will also be pretty handy. Stupefy mastery remains done for a longer period of time. It's largely unnecessary. Wiggenweld heals great effect. Largely unnecessary. We're just absolutely drowning in potions. Flag spell with the perfect Protego will send 2 projectiles back at enemy. It's largely unnecessary. Again. Largely unnecessary, all of these ones. We can also look at our dark arts. We are almost prepared to learn the killing spell, and we're not there yet. It's all cursed enemies. We can do these types of things. We have all kinds of mastery of dark arts, which seems a little unnecessary now. We can visibility potions, undetectable effect, lasts longer, unnecessary attacks, unnecessary, and all of these things. All of these things are just unnecessary. So we can look at our spells. Why am I narrating this rather than quietly handling it on my own? Again. These questions do not have answers, as it largely relates to the fact that I'm having fun with it, and I'm just sort of amused by this. And if at its core, this whole situation is me just finding a reason to have fun, because the world has gone topsy-turvy. We have alleged professionals out killing people in the streets, and in an effect that's horrifying and upsetting in so many ways. And so it makes sense for us to try to find any sense of whimsy, because what on earth am I supposed to do if not enjoy a little bit of extra whimsy in my life. Did this not unlock? Was that not what we did? Oh, you just didn't have anything. And so now we shall really properly be able to get ourselves all of our spells going here. We can get ourselves a nice Expelliarmus going here. We can get ourselves a Resto Memento. We can get ourselves a Topsy-Turvy spell. And then last but not least, of course, we can get ourselves the Wingardium Leviosa. And now we have our maximum stuff. Everything is there. Everything is good to go. It's perhaps a little displeasing that we have all kinds of stuff organized in not the first ones in each list, but they're the things that we have to accept when we are a proper master of everything in the world. And so we move forward. Silly voice intact. Not quite sure what happens next. I mean, where does a kid go? What's next in life? Once you've become a proper murderer, what are you supposed to do? I mean, nothing else has the thrill of taking a life. Once you've felt with your own hands the beating of a man's heart stop. Like, what are you supposed to do? Just go back to playing, like, just playing backgammon or something at the bar? Winning a couple coins off of a drunk man? It's not even a challenge. He's not even fully in control of his faculties. I mean, if I can't kill anymore, then at least let me go to space and find lost all kinds of like icons and diadems of alien races, things that could impart wisdom far beyond that of what a human of Earth could find, magical or not. I mean, we could fly, see the heavens. Presumably, if we could just with the flick of a stick take a life, why can't I bubble myself and make myself immune and make myself have like rocket feet and just like fly off into the space and become a god? Nothing stops me from this. And so the mustachioed dog of lore comes out forward, being all half Cthulhu and largely immune to what we're doing, but still we'll fight him and probably beat him, although it turns out he's a pretty big boss here. He's got a lot going on. Pretty powerful, and it's gonna be a lot for us to deal with. But also we are the veritable god, a weapon of mass destruction, manifest as little more than just a child wearing a silly mask, because children are wont to do silly theatrical things like this from time to time. And so it shall be that we will continue to fight and kill this thing, demonstrating very little ability to do much to us. And as I say that, it swipes pretty hard and does some pretty boss maneuvers. And I have to admit, it's got some chops. So we might as well keep throwing rocks at it, and it seems to have minimal effect, but why not have fun with it? And we can continue to just sort of spam our spells and have fun with them, see if any of them have any sort of effect. Now the creature is defeated, and its tusks of boar and face of dragon and the lips of Cthulhu rises, and it has a new respect for us as an adversary. But so it shall thorify itself, become lightning, and then probably become the bringer of our death. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. Press the start menu button, which is, as we all know, not something that's in the game, but also something that Microsoft insists on having be outrageously available, distractingly present among all of the other buttons we might press while playing. Attack, attack, and attack. It's all we do. As we press the wrong button, attempting to figure out what we're supposed to do here. Not worrying too much about the fact that it's hitting us because we have 8,000 healing potions. To the point, we have so many, it gets to a point where the game has to remind us that we have to actually use them before we can collect more. A single robe, no matter how many tentacles are sewn into it, only has so many pockets. Attack, attack, dodge, and attack. The beast shall be smitten with our power. The bored voice of God narrates this battle as it becomes monotonous and straightforward, like doing a set of pull-ups for someone who's skipped leg day their entire life. As we know that you can joke about someone skipping leg day when they don't work out at all, but the fact is, if we're discussing someone who skips leg day, really the context is already that we're basing this off of someone who works out quite a bit, so they probably got all upper body strength and not really a whole lot else to them. I shall kneel and dodge and demonstrate respect, and so the creature will respect us in return. Thus, the trend of the upper of the two options being the good guy one holds. Bow and pet and respect and love, like a pup imprinted on a new owner's being. Shall protect and help, and now we shall become master of creatures. We've unlocked a new mount, and so it will tell us that we are allowed to ride it.
There we go.
Lord of the shore, and so we have now become the master. And we now recognize that we can simply arrive at school riding this thing, and you know everyone's gonna give you all kinds of respect now. They're gonna look at you, they're gonna be like, mad props, man. That thing is badass. Sorry for the language, but just look at that thing. It's got like a beard, the octopus face, and it just storms through. And it'll just absolutely obliterate a man as it goes over. I mean, it's terrifying and incredible. This thing is so awesome. It's sick, it's wicked sick, and it's just flying around and it's going crazy. Anyways, it almost loses its appeal as we just kind of storm our way through. Don't even bother to stop and kill him, because after all, after a certain point, it's like, what's really the challenge involved here? It's like, find the secret cheat codes to a game and find the God mode cheat and plug it in, and you spend like 3 minutes thinking this is the best gaming experience of your life. And then afterwards, you just kind of end up in a situation where you're like, I actually kind of want to turn off the invincibility codes, because the reality of it is that without challenge, there is no accomplishment. And so it is, and so it shall be, that we'll continue to charge everyone and kill everyone as the screen of life flickers before our very eyes, because the power beholden to us is just, I mean, it's just too much for us to handle. Like, how are we supposed to make sense of this all? Most people are terrified to even get on the back of a horse. I mean, those things are big and terrifying too. We've all seen the videos of one freaking out and kicking someone like right in the nuts, and they can't have kids anymore, and it's just a horrifying thing. What could this thing do to you? It's too much to even fathom. And yet we ride bareback, feeling our own potency diminishing with every step. The rise and fall of 3 feet in the air, all of that, all the brunt of all of that being taken by none other than our childlike groin, which is something that we largely don't want to think about or acknowledge unless we're a president or some other rich, powerful individual. And now wondrous things happen as the stone somehow magically understands that its likeliness has appeared before it, even though it's just stone. Broken too. It opens the door despite its jealousy at seeing a complete version of itself rather than a petrified and cracked and broken version. And so Disney's Davy Jones enters the door. But actually not. The creature has served its usefulness, and so now it shall be returned to the bag of holding, where it will stay forever, wondering what the crap just happened. It was a free creature, and now it's the slave to some snot-nosed kid's bidding? What a turn of events. This is a horrible thing. This is horrible and depressing. And it can't even be out to observe the majesty of the massive caverns that it helped unlock. It just has to sit in this little Pokeball of disappointment. And there's all kinds of jokes about what goes on in there, but in reality, it's just nothing. It's just emptiness. It's like purgatory for a creature.
Questions you may have about the power you will need to protect.
Thank you, Professor Bakar. I shall see you back in the map chamber.
And so we have impressed the likelihood of a man in a painting. And that's all that this was about. Demonstrating that we're cool in our own right and everyone else really should just try harder to get on our level. The magical event. And so we shall move forward so that we can step up to the pensive and hopefully not be eaten by a giant stone Groot that stands there ready to demonstrate that we aren't as powerful as we thought we were. Looking into the memories begs the question, if one removes a memory from their own brain, how do they remember that they have a memory worth remembering? I mean, there's just this weird facsimile, this facsimile is not the right word. It's just this weird nonsensical chain of not remembering anything, and it's a wonder we're not all just amnesiacs in the magical world, taking our own memories and playing games with them like this. It's crazy. And so now we shall drink deeply from the magical bobbing for apples pit, bobbing for memories.
Hello, is it
learning and not eating, sustained by the magic. We open the door of the memories, step into the horrors of what we wish to forget. The reasoning for taking the memories kind of comes full circle and we understand.
Mr. Morgan,
So we step forward and see what's happening. Tap the shoulder. And he turns. And oh God, what happened to him? Just freaky nonsense is going on here. Seems so placid and happy though. He's like high out of his mind. Like, what kind of new cocaine are they making over here? It's just like
Son, I'm glad you're here.
crazy.
Isadora was not at her home.
I know.
Her father. Percival.
What is it?
He's high out of his gourd. Like he mixed medications and alcohol. It's so bad.
All emotion.
Everything is much worse than I feared. Neve was right. Isadora hasn't stopped. I've just learned that she has been wielding that magic on students.
Well, that seems a little unethical to say the least.
We must gather the others.
And we go to war. War with the students who have been converted to her way of thinking. It's like a reverse Voldemort situation, although we don't have context for what that means now. Tell me, child, where'd the other one go? Where's the crazy lady who brainwashed you? Now get out of here, you puke, before we have to kill you. This is gonna be a longer episode, I can feel it. As we get critical information, and then proceed to not act on it when the episode ends. And there she is, Valdelas, the one whose name Tom Riddle chose to take, not because of some weird convoluted thing where he had to add I am to actually make it work. It's like if
And
you were
why?
some sort of guy who forced it.
Because of your arrogance? Your obsession with secrets?
No, they feel pain because it is the human condition.
longer.
Pain is how we
Not my
avoid
father.
things that kill us.
Not my
It's a pretty
students.
basic evolutionary thing. I mean, what are you gonna do? Take all the pain from like the cats and the
Isadora.
fish? Like, where does it end?
Set down your wand.
Never, she says.
You taught me to hone my power, not throw it away.
I did not teach you this.
I know, it's because I'm smarter than you and more powerful than you'll ever be. Obi-Wan. And so I killed the teachers. I killed them all. Yep, exactly as was foretold. They shall foretell how every magical duel ends, with two people and symbolic light and a weird marble in between them, giving a visual version of the push and pull of good and evil, as we see the climactic tug and pull and tug of war, and we watch people become the monsters with which they attempted to avoid. And now, as piles of corpses gather around a strange floating orb, we learn very little, as history will eventually repeat itself. The corkscrew of a wand, the breath of a child, and a sleep hat and a mask. Now we see just how dark and sinister everything has become. And with that, we will say thank you so much for joining me. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for putting up with me being a weirdo with the voices. I'm amusing myself greatly with it. I don't know if anyone else finds it amusing, but frankly, I don't know if I really care. I get like 20 views at best for any of these. So I'm mostly just here for my own enjoyment. That's why everything's for free as well, so. But look, even I fall into it even as I'm not playing the persona any. Because that's just where my headspace is today. So there you go. That's all that I've got for you. It's fun and pleasant and enjoyable, and I'll reiterate what I said before. Narrate your own life with a silly voice. It's very entertaining sometimes. It's great stuff. Do it. Okay, I love you. Bye. I mean, in all seriousness, that was a pretty dramatic advancement of story plot and in two big storylines within this game, completely undercut by the fact that I'm sitting here being a goofball. But this is the way. Anyone who wants a serious experience is probably just playing the game for themselves anyway. This isn't that, or watching someone who's doing one of them silent let's plays, which, like, that's, you know, if that's your jam, that's your jam. Although I personally find those a little dull. They're not adding anything to it, so it's like I'd just as soon play the game myself. So, but at any rate, there you go.